What I found so far in being in this relationship is these are five things that make a woman attractive. Five things that every man wants from a woman. Emphasis on man. So, ladies, goals. Every man is attracted to a woman that has goals. What I mean by that is if you don't have anything to do and you meet a brother or a man that got a lot going on and you require so much attention from him, that's gonna come off as unattractive. But if he feels like you need him around you 24/7, then after a while, you know what I'm saying, he's just not going to be attracted to that. That's an actual turn off. You want to have something to do. What are you producing? Before you meet somebody, you already want to have something going on in your life. You don't want to have to give all of your attention away where you're going to require so much attention. And to be honest with you, I don't think you want to put yourself in that mindset anyway. You're going to start stalking and looking on his social media, trying to check his inboxes, DMs, and you go looking for a problem, you're gonna find it. Like, turning a molehill into a mountain, as the old phrase goes. So a woman with goals is very attractive. Two, diet. Diet is a big deal. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Yes. But your diet is a reflection of what you put into yourself, right? So discipline. I can tell you that a lot of us are soul food junkies. You addicted to soul food. You addicted to beef. Some of you addicted to pork. Ugh. I'm not trying to yuck your yum, but just get away from the pig. Like, really, just get away from the pig. Before all else, just stop eating pork in general. But yeah, a lot of you is addicted to pork. You addicted to beef. You're addicted to chicken. I know black people is addicted to chicken. It's been advertised to us everywhere. Now, if you're still going to engage in the bird, man, cool. Eat it once every 10 days. Give your body enough time to get the chicken you put in out before you put any more in. Or just try this. Don't believe me. Just try what I'm telling you. Stop eating chicken for 30 days. Flesh foods altogether. Try and discipline yourself. If you can't discipline yourself to stop eating these things for 30 days, that's a good sign that you're addicted to something and it has something in it that's making you addicted to it. And this is the point I'm making. It just came to me, right? Why are you not addicted to vegetables? I don't think it's anything that's in vegetables that has an addictive quality to keep you wanting to eat it. No, they put that in the meat because that's what's going to get you sick. And if you're not sick, then a doctor is out of business. Hospitals go out of business. They need sick patients to continue to survive, right? So challenge yourself. I mean, really challenge yourself to stop eating any type of animal, anything that can walk away from you. Challenge yourself to stop eating that for 30 days and see how you feel. Yeah, some of you might go through withdrawal. That's a key sign. It makes sense. Your body is made up of cells, and once you've been feeding it a certain thing for too long, it creates a habit. You get addicted to it, and snapping addictions is difficult. I put out a video recently on how to easy helper to snap addictions, and that's lemon water. Like I juice my lemons and I put it in the water, and boom, you got alkaline water. You also have a remedy to help curb your appetite. You also have a remedy to remedy the headaches that you'll have from taking on things that are addictive. I'll give you one real quick. My wife challenged me over 30 days ago to stop drinking coffee because she said I was addicted to it. No, you never tell a person that's mastering themselves that they're addicted to anything. So I rebutted back that no, I'm not addicted to anything. She bet me $100. She lost. 30 days. I knew the remedy already. It just came to me in the time that I needed it again. And I started using it. Started drinking 3 to 4 cups of water with lemon in it every day. Like juice the lemon. I would juice my lemons, put water in it, and that's what I would drink whenever I ate. Guess what? Headaches, gone. Coffee, gone. And I'll be selling coffee too soon, by the way. Conscious coffee, good coffee. It's not something that's like so caffeine addictive, but she challenged me to stop taking in caffeine for 30 days. And I did it. So it's definitely possible. You gotta discipline yourself though. But yeah, once you discipline yourself with watching what you put in, just watch what starts to come out after that. You want to be able to put something of value, something of real nutrition inside yourself so that reflects on the outside. You know, we're transitioning into a time where food is killing us a lot faster. The life expectancy is not the same anymore. So you definitely want to watch what you're putting into your system. Me and my wife, you know, we actually went vegan. The next goal is to go alkaline after that, and the steps is difficult, but they're only as difficult as you think they are. You can actually talk yourself into eating a healthy diet, and what you put in will reflect on the outside. Beauty's in the eye of the beholder. So whatever you start putting in and you start to see that beauty in the mirror, you just like, you know, you feel good about yourself. Men are definitely attracted to somebody that's confident in themselves and just knows they're beautiful. But it all starts with self. Because if you look in the mirror and you don't like what you see, the person that's going to be the mirror to you, is not going to particularly like what they see either. It's always an inside job first, and then that reflects on the outside. So trust me, ladies, if you put in some good food into your body and you require attention, you're going to get more attention than you could possibly imagine. More attention than you actually want, just by, you know, your diet. Be healthy. Be fit in your skin. That's not a particular body type. Next, this is something that I see far too often. I see plenty of females out there showing their body parts all over social media. If that's what you're using to attract men, then they're not gonna look past that. I think a lot of women make the mistake of thinking that, okay, I'm gonna lure him in with this and keep him with this. And 9 times out of 10, that doesn't work. That's very narcissistic. That's how you ladies are. Narcissists in that regard is you try to manipulate or exude your power or put out your power of your physical frame on a man and try to manipulate him that way. The brother that can see right through that, the kind of brother you actually want, that's not gonna work, sis. And the same thing with on the opposite end with men. We can be very narcissistic with our mentality, with manipulating through our words and things of that nature. When I found out that I had a sense of power with words, I took on it as a great responsibility, because I follow a very karmic moral value, because I don't want that coming back in my circle. I like to have peace in my circle. But lady, be a unique original. If you're one individual out there showing your ass all over the place, how many other asses you think he's seen in his stories, on his timeline, on his Instagram, flowing back and forth? It's a million females out there like that, but it's not enough females that are displaying themselves as the unique original. Men are extremely attracted to a woman that's trying to level up mentally, because she's not out there trying to appeal to all these other men. Just let the naturally beautiful you come out. Leave something for the imagination. I'm not trying to tell you exactly how to dress, but it's sexy seeing a sexy mind, or a person that knows they're sexy and beautiful, but they ain't trying to show it to the whole world. You'll pull in all the kind of men you possibly need by just being a unique original. So yeah, rock that 3/4 cloth. Next, what you put into yourself is what you get out. I told my wife these 3 things, or these are the 3 things that I asked her. What movies do you like? What music do you like? Who's some of your favorite artists? And what books do you read? Why did I ask her that? Because those are the 3 things that those are the 3 major things that influence her way of thinking. So if she was the type to like particular music that I didn't like, it's not an immediate turn off or like a run for the hills type of situation, but I'm paying closer attention to how that influences her. Like if she like movies like Coming to America or The Last Dragon, well, that's dope. Black love stories, we can get on the same page. We can sit down and watch black love stories any day, and then we can converse about that. That's what keeps things interesting. So sisters, what are you putting into yourself? Brothers, those are 3 questions that you can ask some of these sisters, so you can see what type of influence they have, how y'all gonna rock together. But yeah, ladies, what you put in is what you give out. So you want to put in good information, whether that be information through food, information mentally, and information spiritually, which is probably the most important thing. So who are you? And what do you really want? It definitely starts with you first. If a brother meet a sister that's putting like, good food inside of him, he gonna want to be a part of that. The type of man that you want, the type of men you don't want will be repelled from that because they'll be afraid to step to a woman like yourself. And you're gonna stand out amongst all the others. So yeah, this goes back to just being that unique original. All right, had to interrupt this video real quick. I went to work out, came home, ate, went to sleep. Now I'm back. Oh, it's past 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm back though. But fellas, you want to get a good idea of what type of young lady you're dating. The daughter does what the mother did. So assuming you get an invite to meet her mom and she cares about you enough to do that, pay close attention to her mom. That's her first teacher. That is the maternal figure that's teaching her daughter automatically how to be a woman. And the daughter does what the mother did. So that's what you want to pay attention to. Real quick, my wife is extremely humorous. Her mom is extremely humorous, and so is her older sister. Very humorous people. They laugh about everything. Even though everything's not funny, they laugh about everything. And I say that because one of the things that I had to come to terms with is trying to figure out when to take her serious. Because when they laugh about almost everything, you're gonna hit some bumps in the road where you don't know when to take this person serious. So your approach might not be the way you want it to be because you get a little confused there. But that's my point. The daughter does what the mother did. Since then, my wife has become a lot more open. She takes a lot more things serious, and we communicate a lot. So communication is a big key in that. Next, touch screens versus touching. If you're touching your screen, your mobile device, more than you're touching the human beings that live in your house, that's a problem. You're trapped in an entire virtual world. Meanwhile, the world that you live in reality, is not receiving any type of physical anything from you. You're pretty much being turned into a robot trapped in a human's body. Social media is a tool. I'm on social media. And plus, you won't have so much to worry about when you do return to social media. You won't be worried about whose picture you're liking or loving out there, or whose inbox that you're in or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, not that you should be in anybody's inbox or DMs anyway. I'm not like on it 24/7, but I try to put out certain things to help people along the way. I feel like that's a part of my purpose. There's nothing worse than having children and a brother seeing you in your virtual world, consumed in your virtual world, touching your screen back and forth more than you're touching your own child. That's a complete turn off. And it don't even got to be on a conscious level. It can be on a subconscious level, because after a while, if you're constantly in your virtual world being entertained, a man or your child is going to feel like that's their competition. That's what they got to compete with. Not to mention, whatever we feel like is attracting the most of your attention, it produces a sense of jealousy. Not the kind of jealousy you want. It's going to create the kind of problems that you wasn't even looking for. Maybe some of y'all like drama and you want to keep that in your karmic circle. Again, going back to what I said earlier, I like peace in my karmic circle. I would anticipate or imagine that you want peace in your karmic circle, or you're getting with a man or a woman because you want to keep that man or woman that you with. So yeah, especially if your person's love language is that requirement of quality time. You don't want to be trapped in a virtual world all day. You don't want to be playing no games on your phone, Candy Crush or whatever games they got out there on their phones now, while a person is conversing with you, trying to get to know you intimately. I see a lot of you ladies require intimacy, but you're intimately seeing your cellular device. You can't win a race on two horses, and you can't have it both ways. Get your fix, in your time, when it's just your time, but when your partner's around, be engaged, converse, talk about things, man. Read a book together or something. The biggest recommendation I could give you, watch a show together and discuss it or something like that. Play board games, go for walks, go for rides, travel together. As a matter of fact, when y'all out eating or something like that, man, challenge yourself to leave your phones in the car or put your phone down, face down, and just turn it off so you can have time to discuss with each other. I've been around people in today's time, man, where once their phone is gone and away, they lost. They don't know what to do. They're not even sure how to communicate because they're so trapped looking down at the screen. So, personal opinion, that's one of the most unattractive things that you can do right now because the human element is being dismissed. Especially in this day and time, going through this nonsense that we're going through right now, you really want to up the ante on your communication with people because a lot of people are becoming robotic around you. And once that mentality sets in, people are going to be seeking people that still have that human element to them. So be human, communicate to each other, put the phones down, touch each other, talk to each other, find ways to serve each other. Brothers, this is something that women love. If your lady is somebody that's like an acts of service kind of person, she, 9 times out of 10, she's the one working. Women ambitiously out there working all the time. So, brothers, if you got some free time on your hands and you not working and you just that nigga walking around the house, I'm gonna put you on to something. At least make sure, but at least make sure she got some food waiting for her when she come home, or you rub her feet and just ask her how her day was, or when she comes in the house, take her jacket or something. Like, just be in the mindset of actively wanting to do something for her. While she's in the house, think of something that she might like you to do for her. My wife loves a cup of tea. She's always studying for school. She's always getting ready for student teaching. Her mind is actively busy. She got goals. Message, she got goals. So, yeah, man. If you in the house, and you in the house with her, like 9 times out of 10, I'm always doing something. I'm always like recording something, writing something down, putting together a new poem, designing something. I'm completely busy, but I'm never too busy to serve her. She likes just having like a cup of tea or something. Or, just come sit down and talk to her every once in a while, rub her feet while she's working or something like that, or just massage her while she's watching TV, hold her while we sitting down watching TV. That's a time for physical intimacy and visual intimacy, and it's quality time all at the same time. And we pause the shows constantly and we converse with each other. So we constantly engage in a time period that doesn't want us to engage with each other. So yeah, man, put the phones down and start engaging with each other more often. And I promise you'll see a big turnaround in your relationships. It'll be a lot of love there. There's a lot of stuff to keep you out there busy 24/7. You can watch whole TV shows on your phone now and be completely consumed, and your days just start flying by. You know what I'm saying? So you want to make sure you're putting good information into your body. And you definitely want to make sure you're not touching your screens more than you're touching human beings. Show love, man. Last and certainly not least, is men out here that want feminine women. Nobody wants to be with a masculine woman. What is a masculine woman? The loudest one in the room, normally the most fragile one, somebody that's belittling. You always speaking down to certain brothers. The idea is to balance that divine feminine out with that divine masculine. A feminine woman is submissive to a man in his love language. Now, I know a lot of you strong-willed females probably just had a problem with that. Fellas, it's because a woman is strong-willed, and that just means she needs somebody to listen to her. She needs somebody to hold her hand. She needs somebody to show her a little bit of love. You'll melt that whole exterior of being strong-willed down, and she will submit to you in love if you're loving her in that love language. And it's a sign of respect, and she'll throw that respect back. I kind of got to start with men having higher standards and being leaders, because women look for that. She's looking for a man to follow. She's looking for leadership. Leadership is a quality of power. You won't be able to find me a woman that's not attracted to power. And they will naturally be a feminine woman to a brother that is powerful, confident within himself. Feminine qualities again: submitting, listening, having an open ear, being available in those regards, right? Displaying love to a brother. First, I want to congratulate the fact that a lot of you are catching on to this, but we still got a long way to go. The reason why you are losing said man to any other race, because most women in those other racial groups have shown that they understand submission. So generationally, maybe 1 or 2 generations, they've picked up on the quality of submission. They understand it. And that's a feminine attribute that men are innately attracted to. That confidence, self-value are things that we are innately attracted to. Just like you're attracted to a man that exudes power, has leadership, goals, knows where he's trying to go in life. Yeah, you want a man like that. Well, men want a woman that understands what submission is. I'm going to repeat it again to make sure I get the message across. Submission is not lowering your voice when he's being toxically masculine, if you will. Submission is just displaying his love language to him as consistent as possible on an everyday basis. And the same thing for yourself. Having that requirement to come back in so you can constantly give. This is the give and take. One is not just receiving and the other not giving anything. That's not how relationships work. It takes 2, but I'm just making this for the ladies right now. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you want a feminine woman, fellas, even for the strongest, strong-willed woman, as I said earlier, she still needs her hand held. She still loves to have her feet rubbed. She's still looking for somebody to melt that heart down. If that's the woman that you want, that you've been attracted to for whatever reason, find out what her love language is and display that as consistently as possible. That's submission for a man, the same way. You're not submitting your masculinity, you're submitting to loving this person. We got to get back to literally just loving each other again. We too busy out here trying to compete and one having one up over the other. We living like a reality TV type lifestyle. When we start to like drama, we trapped in a paradigm where people really like drama. That shit is disgusting, man. And it's detrimental to relationships, period. Trust me. If it hasn't worked for you this far and you're not in a successful relationship the way you want it to be, you probably want to try something different. But yeah, that's all submission is. Submitting to loving that person consistently on a day-to-day process. But also, if you're with a brother and you see that getting out of hand, you pull back because you love yourself. And once you've given a lot of love to an individual, if you see that they're not valuing it, then yeah, pull back and allow him, to see where that value is at. And when I mean pull back, I can say, hey, just have a conversation about it. Have multiple conversations about it so they can't say that they forgot about it. Keep it in the forefront of their mind. This is why you get in relationships. You're going to come across problems that require a solution. When you're angry about something, I listened to a brother say this the other day, being angry about a situation that got you to that angry point is not a bad thing. That just means that it's something that you need to address, speak out about, act on it, and change it. So when you come to situations where you're upset and angry about something, it's just something for you to communicate about. Got to keep the lines of communication open, but try to keep it respectful. Ladies, I'm speaking specifically to you because a lot of you have a very sharp tongue. We can never defeat you with your words. Most men do the wrong thing and they start using their hand. And if you're in a situation like that, I'm going to tell you now, run. Get away. Go take care of yourself and get yourself around a man that's actually going to protect you versus the facade of this type of individual that you thought was going to protect you because he was physical and aggressive before. And those become the exact type of men you need protection from. Real quick, slight interruption. And fellas, on protecting a woman, you want to protect her way of thinking. Ladies, a man that's protecting your way of thinking is trying to prevent a situation from happening. give you a couple scenarios, and I know some of you is already going to disagree with me, but that's okay. You can take it or leave it. How you dress will determine how someone is going to address you. If you're showing a lot of your meat, men are very visual. They're going to look at you like a side of meat, and they're going to approach you in that way. Even if you meet a proposed good man, if he sees you out there looking like a side of meat, you might meet said good man, and he might come off to you from a manipulative perspective. That's still looking at you like a side of meat. He's not being a savage about it, or just might not being open and upfront and honest about it. But he's still thinking like, when can he hit that? And that's going to be his goal. And you ultimately want people to respect you regardless of what you dress like, right? Be modest, be respectful, leave something for the imagination. Again, I know some of you is going to disagree with me, and I get it. You're kind of just revealing yourself right now. But you're probably thinking that you can go out there with a damn blanket wrapped around you, and someone is still going to approach you disrespectfully. Pause. My mother and all the male influence in my life didn't raise me to be out there catcalling. I have good friends that I associate with that have never been out there catcalling, so I'm pretty sure that myself and all the people that I associate with are not the only ones that's not out here catcalling. Even for the brothers in my circle that were catcalling, they were never disrespectful about it. They were never calling you every name in the book when you walked by and rejected them. We understood how to handle rejection because of our upbringing. A lot of brothers in this generation here that are out there catcalling like that missed a couple lessons at home. We can put that together in a box any neat which way we want. But yes, brothers, protecting a woman, stand your ground. Sister, I don't think you should hang out with so-and-so. I think so-and-so calls and bring a lot of drama, and I would prefer that you not be around that so I don't have to intervene in a situation like that. Or I know you like going out to this and that place, but lately it's been a lot of things happening there. I don't get a good feeling or a good vibe there, so I would probably not want to put you in that situation. Or fellas, get her into an environment, a holy place. The first holy place is home. Make sure home feels like she's protected. When you come in the house should be neat, organized, and clean. That exudes a good vibe. Sage your house before you leave. Sage it again when you come home. Get all the negative energy out to allow that good energy to come in. But your house is your first holy place. It's where you lay your hat at. Make sure you take your shoes off when you walk in. Make sure your rugs and your floors and stuff is clean. Just make sure the house is clean, just in general overall. And she will feel protected when she walks in the house. I know it might be difficult, but do your very best to get into environments where you and her can feel safe. So when she leaves the door, she don't feel like she got to duck bullets or something like that. And going back, I love Frederick Douglass's quote on that. It's easier to build up children than to repair broken men. Not to say that the broken men don't need some attention, but they do. But let's stop the bleeding. Let's start with the kids we have now. Let's pay attention to their mannerisms, and let's get an idea in our mind now, or show them how our ladies should be respected, because they are the future. If we still believe that, they're going to be the future protectors of these ladies. So yeah, you want to teach these children how to show love, how to respect, how to approach a woman. Show them this, fellas, in the household. While the children are around, make sure you're being respectful to your lady. Make sure she feels like a damn goddess in that house, because that's what she is. She's birthed your children. She should feel that way. Or if you're taking care of children that are not yours, show this woman the utmost respect every day. Love her in her love language, and I promise you, she'll feel protected. It's that simple.